polynomial?
4.
4, yes. The leading coefficient? 1, because it's 1 times f to the 4th, and that's what we're looking at. And classifying this.
Quartic.
Yeah, I mean, either way I think works. Quartic, trinomial, quartic.
We typically do quartic first, but it's
Yeah.
Why is it quartic?
Because if you look up in our graph above, it has a degree of 4. The polynomial has a degree of 4.
This degree goes here. How do we figure out this though?
Check your X on this page.
So we did this from here and she's like, no.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about something else.
Okay. Alright guys, we're going to move on to this next page.
Making paper tutor.
Okay. So guys, we're going to focus in and read this paragraph here. Polynomials can be added or subtracted by adding or subtracting like terms. The variables in an exponent must be the same. They must be the same. Like we said in that last one, they have to be exactly the same so that we can add them. For example, x and x squared are not like terms, and they can't be subtracted or added. When subtracting polynomials, you must distribute the negative to every term in the second set of parentheses because you're subtracting the entire quantity from the first quantity. So we're going to get into this more in that, the subtracting in the bottom section here. But first we're going to go through adding them. So essentially we are distributing the positive, the plus sign. So if we were to rewrite this example up here, if we have negative 4x plus 9 and then plus 6x minus 14. Does everybody see what I just did there?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm lining them on top of each other so that the like terms are right above each other. Okay? So what would this be? What is negative 4x and positive 6x?
2x.
2x. And positive 9 and negative 14?
Negative 3.
So this is going to be negative 5. Do you guys see that?
Oh.
Yep. Okay. For 14, we're going to line them up again. What would be the first line? Negative 3 minus 2. 3a minus 2. We have to keep the variables with it. What's the second line? What goes under the negative 3a? 7a. And what goes under the negative 2?
4a plus 3.
Okay? So what is negative 3a and positive 7a? 4a
Got it right.
Plus 3.
plus 3. Yep.
I didn't even get help from Rajanya.
I'm proud of you. That's good. All right, so we're going to go down to subtracting now. We can try those other ones later if we have time. So this one's a little bit more difficult. There's another process step involved with this. So our first line, our top line is going to be g minus a. We're just going to bring that down. That's what I meant. G minus 4. Thank you, because I was about to write a. All right, so before we write 3g minus 6 down below, we're going to distribute this negative. Yeah?
Negative 3g plus 6.
Yes, perfect. So we're distributing that negative to the 3g and to the negative 6. So down here we're going to have negative 3g plus 6. Okay? So if we add this up, the negative 4 and the positive 6 are positive 2. And the g and negative 3g, negative 2g. Yep? Okay. Does everybody get that? Give me a checker next where we're at.
Check.
Check? Okay. So I'm going to have you guys set this next one up on your own with the top and the bottom for number 18. Can you guys do this without talking, please? You're just setting up this second problem. like we did with the first. Yeah. Why do we leave it negative? Why do we leave what negative? The negative 2g. Well, we could simplify that if we wanted. We could take out the negative, or we could take out the negative 2, and then just have g minus 2. But that just simplifies it. It's the same exact thing. But that's just, we're just going to leave it in that form, because we're not doing anything with it yet. Do you guys have number 18 set up?
Yeah.
Yes? What would be the top line?
Negative 5h minus 2.
Yep, negative 5h minus 2. And what's the second line?
Negative 7h minus 6.
Perfect, because we're distributing that negative to negative 7h minus 6, which is negative 8 and
Negative 12h minus 8.
yes.
It's not
Okay.
positive.
So we're going to set up number 20 now. But we got to make sure when we're lining these up that our terms all line up, which means we can't add like the k squared and the 5k cubed, because those aren't the same terms, right? Does everybody see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to set up this first line. I'm going to put it in standard form so that I don't mess up lining up the terms. Do you guys see what that is? So what would standard form of this first polynomial be?
6k to the third.
6k plus k to the
6k cubed plus,
k to the 2.
yep, k squared minus 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then if we're going to distribute this negative, how would the terms line up right here?
Negative 5k cubed.
Yep, we have negative 5k cubed. Okay, so I actually didn't do this how I wanted. Can I restart this right now? Do you guys all have pencils?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to rewrite this. Because I did this when I was practicing my notes too, and I want to do it a different way. Alright, so when we're rewriting this first, top part of it, we have our 6k cubed plus k squared, but then I'm going to add in a plus 0k. Now this doesn't have any value to it, but you see how in our second term we have a 7k? Now when we add a plus 0k, we can line that up with the 7k, so that we're not accidentally adding terms that aren't alike. So we have our plus 0k and minus 4. So as we distribute this next one,
Back on track.
we're back on track, exactly. So we have our negative 5k cubed. What term lines up with a k squared?
5k squared. 3k squared. Negative.
Positive 3.
Yep, it's going to be a positive 3k squared because we're distributing the negative. Yep, we're going to do a minus 7k here. And then do we have anything at the end? Yeah, I typically do plus 0, but minus 0 works too. So then going down, we just add. So we have negative 4 here, negative 7k plus 4k squared, and k cubed. Does everybody see where we're getting this?
Are we going backwards?
Sorry, I don't know. I work both directions. You can work whatever way you want. You could have gone k cubed and then seen the plus 4k squared minus 7k minus 4. Either works. All right, how do we feel about subtracting and adding polynomials? Check or X. Any questions? You can answer any question you got. Okay, so we're going to move on to multiplying.